Before we continue with this video, I want to wish a happy new year to each one of you who follows the Paparazzo Rubro-Negro channel all day long. In every video, I'm going to wish you a happy new year because I want everyone who follows here to receive it, okay? This new year, this New Year's wish, a year of good health, lots of success, all the best, and many titles for Flamengo, right? And may you, regardless of your team who follow here, be very happy in your personal life, achieve many things, and have all the best for each one of you. And I want to let you know that tonight, there's an awards ceremony. 3 prizes of 1 million reais in the PIX do Milhão, 3 of 1 million reais in the PIX do Milhão, okay? Buy your PIX do Milhão Benefits Club points now. You trade them for products and experiences, and it's spectacular. You can win instant prizes up to 100,000 reais with Raspo. Winners receive Pix payments directly. And besides that, there are 3 prizes. Today, 3 prizes of 1 million reais each are available. Buy points to enter all 3 draws. It's tough, but what if today is your day? It's the year's last day, a chance to start 26 strong. Now, I'm not going to get into this food controversy. Just try to start 2026 with everything, right? I don't like this thing, not even talking about left or right. It's causing a lot of confusion, so I'm not going to get involved in that mess. But regarding the prize, there's still January 2nd. You could also win a prize of 2 million reais. Then win 2 million reais. On January 2nd, scan the on-screen QR code to claim it. Hey guys, red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro-Negro channels. We're here with another highlight, bringing you lots of news. But we already need to come here, bringing you a lot of information. It's really cold here in Orlando, bringing you lots of updates. A lot for us to bring about Flamengo, a lot about the transfer market, and we have plenty of reasons for that. No one owes us. Look at that, 4th Libertadores title is still alive. We have Georgian de Arrascaeta, our foreigner, our magician, our Uruguayan. He's the king of America. And look at that. Messi finished 2nd in the El País King of America award, the top honor in America. If over there in Europe they have the Ballon d'Or and everything else, here in America it's the King of America by El País. Arrascaeta, Flamengo is the Libertadores champion, and Arrascaeta is the King of America, ahead of Messi. But by a landslide, a spectacular landslide. I'm thrilled. Congrats to our wizard, Georgian de Arrascaeta. And to top it off, that's not all, Felipe Luis too. Today I'm happy. Flamengo with Felipe Luis. Felipe with a red and black heart is very happy with Flamengo with Felipe Luis. The man renewed his contract and is the King of America. Didn't you know? There's also the King of America among coaches, and he was ahead of Gustavo Costas. He also won by a landslide. Felipe Luis is the greatest coach in America, just so I know who he is. He can take part in voting, saying that Abel Ferreira is ahead of him in Brazil. How is that possible, right? Abel is ahead of Felipe in Brazil, but in America, Felipe is ahead of Abel. I think the people who took part in the voting were more impartial, right? So Felipe Luis is the greatest coach in America, Arrascaeta and Felipe Luis, the kings of America. Man, on and off the field, Felipe on the bench, Arrascaeta on the field, man. That's really important, knowing that we have the greatest coach and the greatest player in America ahead of Messi. Look, I'm really happy, really happy. I'd like to take this opportunity to share some important information, right? Also regarding the transfer market. Look, we had Matias, there was a player, then another Uruguayan from Flamengo, attracting interest from River Plate. The offer from River is real. River Plate is trying for a loan with an option to buy. I spoke with a source connected to Flamengo's management. He told me that he hasn't been sold yet, and he hasn't been loaned out yet either. Even though Futebol Fichajes claims that Flamengo has already completed the loan of the Uruguayan, Matias was coming to River Plate. The source connected to Flamengo's management denies it and says no, the deal isn't final yet. Flamengo expects at least 5 million euros plus bonuses plus a monetized loan. Flamengo is considering alternatives and hasn't decided yet. Many are prematurely claiming Flamengo has already loaned or negotiated the player with River. Besiktas from Turkey is also interested in Matias. The other Uruguayan from Flamengo was coming, so we know that Flamengo, Felipe, hasn't included the player in the squad. He didn't go to the Club World Cup and all that, but it's important. He missed the game against Mirassol, didn't attend the Club World Cup or go to Mirassol. He was left out. Here's the thing, he was returning from injury, and Flamengo's contract with him runs until 2028. The loan isn't a bad deal, no, but you can't set a purchase option, you can't fix the rights, because he's going to play a lot at River. Flamengo has to be smart, set the price at 10 million euros for River so they don't have to negotiate with Flamengo. And with Alexandro, given his age, he'll retire soon, so we'll need Vinha and Ayrton, Lucas. And you already have this player, so why would you think about selling or making a permanent deal? Flamengo prefers a permanent deal. I'd keep Vinha, maybe loan him, but I'd keep him at Flamengo. I think it's a great option. I don't know if you guys agree, but I would keep Vinha, especially because Alexandro could retire at any moment. But that's the information. Although Football Feature says that the loan deal is already closed, no, Flamengo is trying for a higher amount. Flamengo wants at least 5 million euros bonuses, a monetized loan, and more. It could be a business model to loan him out with a fixed price. Yes, it could be, but so far Flamengo insists. A source close to the board says the deal isn't closed yet. River Plate is very interested, and Raiza Simplicio also shared this information about River. Vinha is exclusively ours on the Paparazzo Rubro-Negro channel, as confirmed by Raiza Simplicio, who also shared exclusive news on Vinha. He wants to stay in South America, but if he must leave, he'd rather remain at River Plate. That's the player's wish if he leaves Flamengo. Only River Plate, he wouldn't go to Besiktas. Is that right? Another important piece of information for us to bring here, since a lot of people ask, can we rule out Tati Castellanos? Is he not coming anymore and so on? Look, Flamengo decided to invest in Caio Jorge from Cruzeiro precisely because they knew it was very difficult for the deal with Tati Castellanos to happen. Tati Castellanos. According to Sky Sports, a well-known news outlet from Portugal, Sky Sports reported that Tati Castellanos has already responded to Flamengo. The inquiry, the interest, Flamengo signaled to sign the striker because it's Felipe Luiz's wish. Felipe stayed, his contract was renewed, and then Flamengo decided to go after him to try to sign him. Globo Esporte reported last night that Lazio would like to negotiate for 30 million euros. Okay? The amount would be 30 million euros, not 40 as published, and Flamengo would raise the offer. The thing is that Sky Sports even responded to Globo Esporte saying that there was no offer. There was no offer for Tati Castellanos, the striker that Felipe Luis wants. And then they say that there was an indication, an inquiry, and that Lazio... They don't mention a response from Lazio. They mention a response from Tati himself. Sky Sports reports he doesn't want to return to South American or Brazilian football. And Sky Sports ends up confirming our initial information that he preferred to wait for a Premier League offer because he wanted to stay in Europe. Okay. And there is interest from Premier League clubs. He is waiting for an offer from the Premier League to transfer from Lazio to the English League. Okay, so is that it? That's the situation with Tati Castellanos. It's an important situation for us to talk about because it's something Felipe Luis really wants, okay? Then you need to evaluate the options, and maybe that's why Flamengo went after Caio Jorge, knowing that it's very difficult to make a deal with Tati. Information from Sky Sports. So the player has already responded no, that he doesn't want to come to South America, okay? So Flamengo already knows it will be very difficult to convince him. Most importantly, it doesn't matter if Lazio accepts 30 or 25. If the player doesn't want to, he won't come, all right? Regarding other options, Flamengo has mapped out a few names, Beltran, and even Marcos Leonardo himself. The issue with Marcos Leonardo is Al Hilal hasn't decided yet. So far, Al Hilal hasn't said anything about a possible sale of Marcos Leonardo. There's an issue with player registration in Al Hilal. They needed to decide if Marcos Leonardo would be loaned out. But what we've found out is that Al Hilal would prefer to loan the player to a European league. If it's to loan him to a European league, they wouldn't want to negotiate. They believe they have a gem in their hands, a great striker, and Al Hilal would rather not make a permanent deal and prefers to loan him within European football. So that's the situation for Flamengo. This is the exclusive information, our findings from intermediaries in Arab world football. It's very difficult for Al Hilal to accept a negotiation with a Brazilian club unless the player convinces them that the player has the desire, a loan to Brazilian football, knowing the exposure he would get at Flamengo. But Al Hilal, what they've told us is that they're not interested in negotiating, not even for the amount they paid to recover their investment. They're not interested in a permanent deal. The player, because he believes that soon he will be a big name in world football. He is an option, but Flamengo faces challenges with every attacking option it considers. They've already negotiated Juninho for $5 million, recouping their investment. But Flamengo then, at this moment, lost another player, another position that Flamengo lost and hasn't replaced yet. For example, goalkeeper Matias Cunha left. Flamengo is still behind. Either Pedro Morisco or Gabriel Brazão. In fact, Gabriel Brazão is option number 1. Pedro Morisco is option number 2. There's a third option that hasn't been revealed yet, but this is the most important issue for us to talk about. It's Flamengo's difficulty in signing this striker in the market right now, a rare piece in world football. Strikers like Pedro and so on, and Caio Jorge are extremely valued, very expensive, so that's why Flamengo is looking and willing to pay high amounts to trade, to put 2 players in the deal, 1 or 2 players in the deal. That's why Flamengo is after Caio. Now, the issue with Marcos Leonardo is convincing him. That's something that could also happen. It's a deal that could happen. I think Tati Castellanos is out of reach. In football, anything can happen, so I won't rule anything out, but I find Tati Castellanos joining Flamengo unlikely. So let's talk about the other positions. Center back, Flamengo has already replaced them. Clayton and Pablo left, and Flamengo has already replaced them in great style. Vitão is an excellent player. Regarding the goalkeeper situation, Flamengo is still trying. The information that came out in the press last night, I don't remember who published the column. It said that Flamengo was going to increase the offer, which could reach 20 million euros. I said that I think it's unlikely to reach that amount, especially because Flamengo's initial offer, according to what came out in the press last night, was 7 million euros. But I believe Flamengo will raise it. This isn't inside information. I always tell you when it's not information. They didn't tell me any amounts. They just confirmed the information from the column that they were going to raise it, but not the amount. It's much less than 20 million euros, probably between 10 and 12 million, which is still very high. Even so for a goalkeeper, but Gabriel Brazão is a great goalkeeper and Flamengo can afford it. Information indicates that Flamengo may also include another player in the negotiation for Gabriel Brazão. All right, so there are a lot of things happening. And we wrap up our video here by showing you the likely new 2026 jersey. We can't say for sure that this is the 2026 red and black jersey. The jersey for Game 1 was a jersey that was leaked. Fans leaked it. I want to send a shout out to CRF Matos on X, who sent it to us, and thank Flavella Official, who made this artwork that you're seeing here. Now, with the King of America wearing the jersey, so this is the likely 2026 jersey, which will be released now in January. It's a probable jersey. Game 1. Did you like it? It really reminds you of that 2014 one with the collar, right? The colored Flamengo shirt looks great. What do you think? Comment below. If you thought that was cool, I think this leaked Game 2 jersey is a 10 out of 10. I was even contacted by Flamengo's press office. They said it wasn't true. And then I consulted people who were at the vote and they told me, look, it's very similar, yes, but there's a difference. The spacing between the red and black stripes is smaller. It's really thin, so it ends up looking less like São Paulo's, which was the main complaint from Flamengo fans. That's it. I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below. Click the bell for notifications and like the video. Thanks for your company. Greetings from Brunilhas. This is Flamengo, all right?